Welcome in, everybody. We are here for our last matchup of the day. We are having Petroleum versus Team Chads. We're here seeing Momo on the Wraith on Dead Dog Saloon. And we're just going to be looking for these survivors. And we actually instantly found Z-Slasher on the shack. We're running around. Wraith is definitely a fun killer. Very difficult set, but way more doable on same ping than cross ping. But we get a nice hit through the pallet onto Z. And we're just going to be stuck here. He's going to break that pallet and probably try to body block him from Shack, but Z does a nice job of getting through. And we're not going to see any vault backs or anything, not taking that risk. And we're just going to vault that and keep running. Making sure we don't get body blocked. Really nice plays from Z. We do see the full uncloak and the bamboozle come in. And, ooh, Z overextended just a little bit and gets hit through that pallet. And that's going to be a really fast down for Momo. This is a great start for what you want to see as the Wraith. We're going to get a hook here. I think we have a nice gen spread here. We do. And we're going to go up the map and see if we can interrupt any progress. And we do. We have... This was the generator with Painra, so that was their most progressed generator. And we find Inno immediately. We see two people, I believe. No, just one. On main building, and we're just going to have this chase onto Inno at the front pallet, and that is a good pallet gone very early. Lots of... Actually, I think all of the good pallets on this map are gone already, so this might be a bit of an uphill battle for Chads already, even though the match just started. We get a nice hit on the Dino Melon, quick tag, and I think we're going to be able to get back to this hook before a pull comes through, unless Inno really sent it, but I think... Okay, he actually does make it. We get a free pull. But we're going to have to see if Z-Slasher can live a long time here. We're waiting out our BT here. And we finally see the pallet drop. And doing some mind games here. Probably going to try to break zone this. But Z-Slasher just keeps running. And we do have a nice tile here, actually. This is one of the better pallets in the game. We see Inno in the distance here. And a swing through. And we actually hit Z-Slasher on the drop. Wow. Actually might not have been hit if he didn't drop that. But really good hit from Momo. And we're just going to hook here. This is on one of the progress generators. They popped one gen, but, I mean, that's pretty much all the progress they have. Dino's probably on one of those deep generators, but he's starting that from scratch. So this could be a very quick death for Momo in this Wraith set. We're going to check these deep generators. See, we did see some progress on that deep generator. That was Dino Melon. We are just going to leave that, though. We don't really care about this. What we're going to be looking for here is the person coming for pull. What we don't want to let happen here is to let an FTP get off on the survivor on hook. We do see Dino Melon got healed, so there is a chance they're either preparing for the 3v1 or he might be the FTP survivor, but Momo's happy to just sit here and camp. There's not much progress on the map and he knows it, so he can sit here and confirm this and even force a trade out, and he'll be in a really good spot still. We see John coming in. Maybe a single save. This is a very body blockable hook. Yeah, he can just body block this from both sides, I think. I don't know if he can get this. He might need to get somebody else to come in. Yeah, we do. And, oh, that is a nice spot where you just can't pull. That is actually terrible. Wow, Momo found the perfect spot where you just can't get the unhook. That is very, very bad for Team Chaz. They sent two people for that, and they just couldn't get it at all. There was no way for them to fit in there. And we're going to have Chase onto Dino at 3 gens. This is going to be really tough for Team Chaz. No BL here, so this is just going to be a free tag again. And there's just really no good pallets here. We're going to drop that Chase. I mean, with Sloppy Butcher, Momo is kind of free to just go around, get tags. There's no pallets in this area at all. Main gen is one of the gens that was completed, and that's the safest gen you can work on in this entire map. So Momo can kind of just go and do whatever he wants. There's no front main pallet. This pallet kind of sucks. You have to play the window because you can't hit over it. And we get a nice tag on a John, a really brave swing through. And we see a little bit of progress here. Inno is here. This is going to be 3 injures really, really fast. This is looking very dire for Team Chaz. And we get the body block on the pallet. Is Inno going to win the 50 here? And he does. He makes it back to the pallet, and we see the drop. We're going to have to see a really nice chase from Inno here. Good hold W. We are going to make this pallet, but once again, this pallet is not very good. You can get hit over it. Now Inno can't vault, so he's hit guaranteed. Once that pallet is dropped, the killer can just swing over the railing to get that hit. So all you can do is hope they swing and expect you to insta-volt and then you don't get hit. But unfortunately, Inno does get tagged because everybody knows about that pallet. We're going to go look for the reset. We did find Dino, who just freshly got healed. This means John's somewhere in the area. We see his scratch marks, I believe. And all that time for nothing. We're actually baited Dino and we come back, but he does have a nice pallet here. And we're going to see the drop, and once again, just getting the break with that Shadow Dance add-on. Just tearing through these pallets, and now Dino's at a much worse pallet. We see the drop, and a nice 50 win from Dino. We're going to have to hope that we can possibly get over to that pallet at main, but only so many 50s you can win. Dino Melon doing a good job for what he had, but gonna get hooked here, and probably another pain res. This is looking really bad for Chads. This is feeling very 4K3, 4K2 territory for sure. And they're going to have to pull a lot out of their sleeve if they want to recover here. We're going to see Momo going to this top generator, doing some housekeeping, breaking these pallets. And we're just going to be looking around. We did hear the ace scream when we got that pain res. And it was on this generator. We have stopped the regression since. So we have a little bit of info on these other two survivors. Not too much they can do. If they're on that gen, that's a death trap. I hope they're not on it. Okay, they're not. We see the pull on Dino. I imagine they're just going to run to main. That is the safest place for them to be right now. Looks like John doesn't see Momo. We finally see him. We just stay at this back pallet, but I don't know. Once this is gone, you don't really have anything. You're zoned and you're dead. And that's exactly what happens. John's running deep into the corner, but there's nothing here. Dino used all these pallets. Z used all these pallets. There's nothing here, and that's just going to be John going down. And it's going to be another pain res. Inno's not going to be able to finish that generator he's been working on this whole time. And now all Momo needs to do really is go for Inno and then get his other pain res, and he's in a great spot here. That was the fourth hit, so we know exactly which generator exploded too because of that entity block noise. That's what the loud noise was. So we know it hit this generator because this was our fourth regression event. And we do find Inno here. He stopped the regression on this, so this is our fifth kick, but there's only so much he can do here. Dino goes for the pull, and we might be able to see them trying to double this gallows generator, but Inno's not going to be able to live very long here. He's just not able to get very much distance and gets hit through the vault. And I think we saw them both on gallows in the area. Yeah, I think that was Dino. No, that was John. We're going to keep chase onto him here. But once again, only one pallet. This is the correct way to loop it by increasing the distance here. But once again, this is just a 50-50 now. Now that it's short, John's going to try to wrap around. But it's a 50, and we lose one, and we're dead. Now there's two people slugged on the ground. We get the pick onto Inno. We're going to have to fight hard for another gen pop. This is looking like a 4K2 best case scenario for Chads here. This is very well played from Momo. Really fast chases. And an incredible hook spot onto Z-Slasher has really just snowballed to this incredible position for him. We're going to take a kick onto this generator just for good measure. Make sure it's regressing. No room for anybody sneaking any of these generators. We're going to go down to this gen we know has high progress, and it's still regressing from the last time we were there. So we know nobody's there. I imagine we might be seeing a reset. Yes, we are. Oh, yeah. I was saying I'm surprised they're not 99ing it, but Momo does have Sloppy Butcher. He's checking around to see if he can find this reset, but not quite being able to find it. They're all the way deep in this corner with the Bite the Bullet and Iron Will. Very sneaky. Great call from Team Chads here, slowing it down a little bit from what they have been doing the whole game. But they're going to have to keep this going and get some more gen pressure. John really can't afford to die on this hook, and we see Dino coming in for it, but he's not going to be able to get it. Momo's scared of a double pull. Sorry, I yawned there a little. We're just going to be confirming this hook. I mean, Momo really has no reason to leave here. That generator has regressed a lot, and he knew it because he checked. He knows they reset. They have no progress. John's going to be dead on that hook. He knows where Dino Melon is, and he's going to find Inno here very quickly. They have no other progress to speak of. We see Inno, and this gen is just all but regressed. There's almost nothing on this. This is very much looking like 4K3. Inno with a really nice play, body blocking the Wraith so he can't get body blocked from this pallet and making that stun. Really well played chase there. But we're going to have to see a lot more just like that if we want anything to get going here. We're going to play around this double window setup. It's very strong, but not so good without the pallet. And with Bamboozle, this is just guaranteed hit eventually. Nice pathing from Inno to try to make Momo guess. And we tried to jiggy away a little bit. Almost works, but just not quite enough distance there. And we're going to run all the way to the main building. This is his last pain res, but we see Dino Melon on this Gallows generator. Not any sneaky gens that this team can really work in the 2v1. So very unfortunate for them. Momo goes for a big swing, but Dino has just enough distance. We're doing some little mind games here. Might be able to catch Dino off, and we get a nice stun. Dino's going to be able to make it to this deep corner of the map, but once again, there's no pallets at all over there. So, I mean, this is going to be a fast chase. There's, what, one pallet? Yeah. And Dino doesn't make that, so he's just going to waste time here. There are two pallets. There's one dropped, one in the corner, but Dino just runs away from it. And Momo's going to opt to break that pallet while he's cloaked, so Dino's going to have to run away. But there's not much over there. And Momo's actually going to drop the chase and break this generator. And we have to imagine Inno's on one of these two generators. He possibly could have given up on this gen and started working the deep one, but looks like he has been working on this. It's about 50. And we're going to leave this. Oh, we hear... Oh, he ran out before he had left. That's Dino Melon caught out on this gen. Looks like they were maybe planning to double this quickly while he went to go check on Gallows, but not quite going to work. It is possible that they could do maybe a trauma tech play here because this is a points-based league. Inno has not been hooked. So if he were to escape, that is worth just about, I think, 2 generators worth of points if he was fresh to escape, because it denies Momo a lot of points. And it also gives him a lot of escape points as well. So we could possibly be seeing that, but Momo is just going to take the hook. Definitely the safer play, especially because he has that hook right next to Hatch. So leaving no room for Team Chads to try any crazy strats like that to take advantage of the points. And we're just going to check on this generator just in case. But nothing's there, and Inno just runs out. And we are accepting defeat. Some nice moonwalks. Killer spun. Momo destroyed, and we are going to have the down on Inno, and that's going to be a very unfortunate result for Team Chads, but very great result for Momo. 4K3, your Survivor team is going to be very happy with that. All you have to do is pop 3 gens, and you win the first set. So very strong performance. This was Petroleum's pick, so that's definitely something you want to see out of your pick, is this kind of dominance of the 4K3. So very, very strong performance from Momo. We're just gonna wait for these two to die, and we're gonna be back shortly with Team Chad's pick, which is gonna be Singularity, but we're actually not coming back to the Dead Dog Saloon. We're gonna be heading over to Azarov's resting place, one of Singu's more common maps, but not one that you see as much as like Wrecker's Yard or Dead Dog Saloon. But even before that, we're just going to have to see what our Team Chad's killer can do versus Team PTR's survivors. I mean, 4K3 isn't out of the realm of possibility for a killer like Wraith, but for a team as experienced as Petroleum, it's definitely going to be a bit of a hard task. Wraith is definitely a set they've played a lot, so it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for Team Chad's killer. I'm hoping we might be able to see an exciting build coming out of Dino, and hopefully an exciting set and a good effort from their killer. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to see what Team Chad's killer can do. Okay, welcome back, everybody. That was a bit of a long break. Updates here is we're actually going to replay the first set, the first match. It was, after a very long discussion, deemed that the body block in that one tile was not fair or DBD working as intended. So we are going to be having a replay. No penalties for anybody, just a fresh restart of the entire set because of that prompt where neither of the survivors could get the unhook for about like 20 plus seconds. So we're going to have the first chase onto John here. We're dropping that front main pallet and we're heading over to Shaq. We're going to make this window. So Momo's going to vault and take that BAM, and John's just going to keep going. And, oh, a little bit of an alley-oop there. Went around the pole to not get body blocked. And we're going to see the vault, and Momo's going to take that break. John not risking the third vault, as it is risky if the killer uncloaks fully. And then we're going to swap over and take a kick here. We're going to be chasing Inno. And we do get the body block on the pallet, and I think we're going to get the hit here. Oh, Inno with a nice bit of movement there. Runs away from the pallet and makes it to this other pallet. So definitely a lot better of a start for Team Chads here already. And we are going to see Inno dropping that pallet finally, and he's going to keep running. But I think we should be able to get the hit. No, there's another pallet really close by. And we're going to keep this chase going, with a really nice pathing around this truck. We're going to force the dropout and play the 50. Getting away with that vault. Gonna keep running around. I think we're gonna go to this deep pallet, but Momo's getting up on the bloodlust, so this isn't gonna last for very long, but he unzones himself with that vault back. So a very good spot for him to take the hit, but we don't have Shack pallet. We see one generator pop already, and we have high progress here, and we're gonna actually swap the chase to John here. And we block this pallet, and John's just gonna hold W to this corner pallet behind main. And I think we're going to have enough distance to get the hit. And we're going to see another generator pop. And John is going to get that stun. Chad's with a much better start on this go around. So definitely showing PTR that they haven't given up. And they are going to make the most out of this reset after that. And we're going to drop the chase here. We do see Eruption on that generator. It's still regressing. So we're going to take a look and pop Eruption down onto this generator as well. No hooks still, but we do have a nice gen spread over here with this mid generator and the one at Water Tower. And no progress on it. And we see John waiting on top and some scratch marks going up main. I'm not sure if those were his or not. So could be waiting for a reset. We did see the reset onto Inno in the meantime. And we're going to see if John didn't see us. And looks like it is a second survivor here, possibly. Yes, it is. We heard somebody drop, and we're going to keep this chase onto John. He is going to make this front main window. And we're going to have to uncloak here soon. He does make it to this pallet. Hopefully, we're going to see one of those generators on the bottom side of the map pop, and we're going to keep the chase going here all the way to the corner. This pallet is gone, so John is just going to kind of die here, and we're going to see the double eruption proc. Love to see that as the killer. And we're going to hopefully have a pain res hook nearby. We see some aura here. We're going to take this hook in front of the main building. This is another very body blockable hook because of that box in front of the hook. If the killer is there and it is a solo pull, it's very easy to body block that from the survivor. We're going to keep going all the way to the water tower generator. It's not popped just yet, but it is very high progress. Going to go for a swing through, but Inno is going to get that stun, and we're going to keep the chase going. We're going to break the pallet and pop Eruption down onto this generator, and I think we're going to leave and try to go find... Nope, we're going to actually bait Inno to come back in, so this should be a hit. Nice fake from Inno, making Momo hesitate for just a second. We're going to make it to this back main pallet, and a nice fake again from Inno, and we're going to see the drop soon. Really good patience from Inno, and we get the stun. Really well played from Inno here. We're going to break the pallet, and I think we're leaving the chase. Momo just doesn't really have a lot going on here. Chad's really showing that they can, in fact, play this set very well. Just a bit of a rough start on the previous match. And Dino with some good patience too. Swings through, but Dino runs at the perfect moment. And we are playing the longer side. We're trying to get some momentum here with Momo, and he does get the hit because of it. Very well played from Momo, and we're going to actually leave. We heard somebody trying to get back on this generator. Somebody's greeting. And we heard them drop. I think that's John. It is. This is not the survivor you want to chase. Momo in a tough spot here. We're going to go back and try to find Inno on this gen. We do find him. All he has is these double windows. And we're going to take the vault. We don't want him doing what he did last time, but he still has this other window. And we're going to slow vault and just take our distance here. And hopefully we can get the hit before he makes that window. We will get the hit. With a nice hold W, but still going to take the tag. And we're going to drop chase again, just kind of playing hit and run. But not doing too much to the Chad serves. They're getting these resets very quickly in spite of the eruption. And we see this generator pop, and John falls right onto his head. We're going to go for a body block, and we do get it. We are going to get this hit. The main pallet is gone. We just have this one. And it looks like we're looking for more survivors again. We're trying to find probably that reset. And we do, but it just finishes in time. So we're not going to be able to get that. And Momo's still, again, struggling to get a footing here this time around on the replay. We do see Inno over here again. He is getting these tags pretty quickly on occasion here, but he's not able to commit anything as he wants to keep these gens. They have so much progress. Momo did not run corrupt this time, and it might be biting him in the butt because he still has only had one down this entire match. Nice body block onto Inno there. Gonna get a good hit. Inno almost spins that. Definitely very comfortable with the Wraith set from Inno. He does really seem to understand the exact momentum of Wraith and knows exactly what the Wraith wants to just swing around to get the down as fast as possible. And we get a nice down, winning that mind game on the short pallet. And hopefully this is a pain res hook for Momo. We do see it is a pain res, so that's a little bit of progress chalked away. But still, this is just not a very good spot. This is looking very much like a stages game, unless Team Chads has a big fumble anytime soon. Because he has two hooks on separate survivors. This gen split is not very favorable. We do see Dino on the back of main, but we don't want him. We're looking back towards this hook to see if anybody's here. It's okay, and somebody is here. I believe that was John. It is. So these are our two survivors who have already been pain res, so not necessarily the people that you want to chase. We only have eruption down on this one generator. They're probably cranking both these far gens and just pressuring this water tower gen in the mid game. Trying to see if we can catch Inno out here, but we find Dino Melon as well. And we're going to get a free tag here, I believe. Nice body block, zoning him away from the pallet. And he just has this one tiny pallet to play with. I think Inno was still in the area, and we're going to go look for him. And we do find him. He's kind of stuck here, but this is a very long rock wall, so we're going to be able to play around it. And we just see the instant drop, and Momo's just going to zone and break. We're going to see Inno go towards the main building. He does have one small pallet to play, but that is all he will have here. And we're just going to uncloak fully, and I believe that should be a hit. Nice hit over the pallet, and we don't see anybody getting hit with any eruption because we don't have anything kicked on that far side. And this is not a pain res either. We do see somebody crossing. I don't know if you guys saw, but just across the street, we did see somebody running across the map towards that water tower area. As long as we know the progress on these three generators, we know that it's not going to be endgame here. So we are pretty happy to play this. We're doing some housekeeping, getting rid of these pallets. A lot of pallets that were down but not broken. We see it, John sitting on this generator, plain as day. Most likely baiting. We don't want Inno dead just yet, but there's a lot of progress on these generators, and nobody's going in for the unhook yet, it seems. We might try to find, or we're going to try to bait Inno, but a nice 7% for Momo. That really helps. I think we are going to go for the tunnel on Inno. If we can get this death before both the gens pop, that would be very nice. Looks like it is going to be a fast down. You don't make that window if he pre-swings for it, but Inno guesses that he won't pre-swing for it. And we do still have this pallet. Very unfortunate. And I think we're going to make it back to that front main gen. We do see somebody coming in for a hit tank, possibly. Yes, we do. Oh, but we fumble it. Z-Slasher not able to get that hit tank for Inno. And we are going to see the death onto Inno. I imagine we're going to go try to pop that generator before it's gone, but there's just not enough time. John is leaving the gen. They only pop one of them. Dino might be working on that far generator, but Inno's dead, and this might be all their progress. They might have 50 on that other generator, but this is definitely the window you want unblocked, as it is the worst of the two. Without it, Ooh, I don't think that was intentional from Momo. We should see the hit come in here, but no, John wins that 50 and gets the hit really quickly, and we might be seeing all the gens pop, and this is not the survivor that Momo wants to chase if it is an endgame situation, as the other two survivors are fresh, and John has been hooked once. We're going to kick the gen, but we can't leave. They're probably doubling that far generator. No, they're not, actually. Okay. He's fine. I would be scared. I was scared of that far generator, but it seems they've given up on it entirely, and I'm not too sure why. He hasn't checked in a very long time. I feel like that whole time Dino Millen could have been cranking this, and Momo's going to come over here and see that there's basically no progress, and now he's not scared anymore. He knows exactly how much he can commit because of the progress on that gen. He knows where these survivors are located. You see Dino Millen walk in, but we're just going to leave and see if we can find Z-Slasher in this area. I believe this would be him on the generator. If we can find him, that would be very good for us, as this is an entirely dead zone. But looks like we're not going to take much time to look around. We do know there's a lot of gen progress on this water tower. So we're going to leave. We get a nice 7%. That's some free regression for Momo. Dino is just cranking this gen. We're trying to keep his attention over in this area of the map. Dino would make that vault if he goes for it. And Momo just not able to get that tag. Gonna have to drop chase again. We're gonna keep this chase onto John. Hopefully we can win some 50s this time and get something going here. But again, this is not a painter's survivor. So not really the best person we want to chase. This door is broken out now, so this tile is a lot worse. And John with a bit of confusing pathing. Momo thought he pre-vaulted that, but he didn't. And honestly, I did too. But hopefully we're gonna see nice 50 win again from John. Having an amazing chase, and Dino's just cranking this gen right in front of him. I gotta say, this is looking very dire for Momo. There's a great improvement in Team Chad's coordination and chase compared to the first version of this matchup. We're gonna chase Dino around the main building. It's gonna have to be a pretty quick chase. We see John is cranking that mid-gen. They want to pop it now. And Dino's gonna have to win some 50s here. I think he's dead. This is gonna be the eruption proc. We're gonna hope for Team Chaz is before the gen pops, or after the gen pops, but it's not. And this is going to be a pain rest too. So that generator's not going to pop. This is a pain rest hook, I believe. It is. And we still have the aura onto John, and we know Z-Slasher has to be on that deep generator. But all we can do is commit this chase. We can't afford to go all the way to that corner of the map and let them pull for free, because they would just double this gen. And they pop all the generators. Gonna have this chase onto John. Are we going to leave it and try to find Z-Slasher? Looks like we are. And we do see Z-Slasher behind main, but we left John at an exit gate. We're going to have to get this down before he can get out. I think we're going to get the tag here. We are. We really want Z-Slasher here. He might have to go send it for the unhook. Breaking out that door was a really great idea. Z-Slasher is sending it for the unhook. This is not a survivor you want downed. You might be able to take a hit for him. We're gonna have to go around. Okay, or we just wait. I'm surprised to see not more effort to get Z-Slasher in this situation, as he was the fresh hook survivor. But it seems like Momo kind of just accepted that he was getting body blocked and let him get away. So this is gonna be a 7-stage result from Team Chad's. Very, very different game from the version we saw before the reset. So very strong performance from Chad survivors. And now we're going to have a bit of a challenging win condition for Team Petroleum. Definitely something that they can achieve. 2k6, very reasonable for a Wraith, but we also do see Wraiths getting 4ks. So we're going to be right back in a couple minutes and see what they can do. Oh, God. Welcome back, everybody, to Petroleum versus Team Chads. During the break, we did have Team Petroleum load in with an incorrect offering, so they are going to have a -2. So their 7-stage win con now is down to 5 stages to win. I believe 6 would be a tie, but 5 stages to win this set for sure. So very, very steep win condition for Team Petroleum. They're going to have to play very, very perfect here. And we're going to have this chase onto Acid on the main building. This is definitely the place you want to be chasing at the start of the game. It is very strong, especially if you don't get body blocked. Acid doing a good job to not get blocked on this window. We're going to play our 50 here, and a nice little bait, but the lunge distance of Wraith is just a little bit too far. We're not able to get away from that hit. And Dino Melon's going to drop the chase. We see no Sloppy Butcher here, so we are going to have pretty fast resets during this game, and we're going to see a pre-run from Momo. We're going to have the chase here. We're just going to drop the pallet. We're not taking any chances here, and we're just going to run to this other pallet as well, and we're going to dump that one as well. Dino just shredding these pallets with that Shadow Dance, and we're going to run to another one. And we'll see what we do here. It looks like we're going to try to loop this one, play the 50, and Momo's going to win that 50, and Dino's just going to cloak and eat that pallet as well. Momo's going to run towards this shack, and we'll see. We're going to drop the chase, actually, and switch over to Kenshi here. I think we're going to be able to body block this pallet. Kenshi's going to have to play a 50 or keep running, and he does keep running. We didn't get this wagon pallet, unfortunately, but he is going to be able to make it to the toilet. And nice body block from Kenshi to try to make it so he doesn't get blocked from going to the pallet, but we are going to eventually get blocked, and he's going to run, but Dino gets stuck on a little ledge, and Kenshi's going to make it to that pallet. He couldn't quite get up the stairs. Very unfortunate for Dino. That was looking like a guaranteed hit. We're going to move the chase onto Jaw here. We have a lot of progress in this gen. We're going to try to win the 50, but Jaw, with some nice movement, runs away, and we bait the pallet, but Dino doesn't cloak fully, so Jaw's going to lose that mind game. We're going to get the tag and keep the chase here to this dreaded tile, and we're gonna see if Dino can do anything here. Jaw's just gonna pre-vault outside. He's not gonna play that mind game there, and we're gonna vault inside. And Dino's just gonna try to zone him away and force him to play the mind game, but we're just gonna vault out again and run to the water tower. Really nice, very safe play from Jaw, making it so he doesn't have to play any of these 50s, running out at the perfect time. And Dino's gonna break the pallet and zone Jaw, but we're gonna leave. We have a lot of progress in this area. We have a 4-gen, but we still have more pallets. I think that's the Gallows generator popping. It is, and we still have no down. We have a lot of progress on this other generator as well. We're going to be chasing Momo around here. He's going to be able to make it to Shack. We do still have Shack pallet. Momo's going to try to... Dino's going to try to body block it, and he does. Momo's not going to get in. We're going to get a tag, and we see Kenshi working on main building. And it pops. They have a lot of gen progress here, and Dino's going to keep this chase here. Momo does a good job of making sure he can't get hit there. And we see a grab cancel, a little bit of lag. It was a bit of an ambitious swing regardless, but we did see the grab get canceled. And we are going to see that generator that Momo was working pop, and we win the 50. And this is looking very doable for Petroleum. They are having some really amazing chases, and Dino's not committing anybody for too long. We finally start committing to Momo. We're going to get the down here. I don't think he makes this, and he doesn't. We see the reset onto Jaw. We are going to go for this pick. We knew Kenshi was kind of nearby, but not the safest thing to go for pallet saves when you have no exhaustion. So we're going to get this front main hook. Hopefully this is the pain res. I don't know if they have much other gen progress. It definitely hits something. But this is going to be very sketchy for Dino. He does have a more doable win con for his team now that he only has to get about 6 or 7 stages because of the penalty, but it's still looking very much in Petroleum's favor here. Momo is going to be forced to play this 50 because there is no pallet here, and I actually don't know where he went. He might have ran early. He did. Momo ran the second Dino looked away. Oh, this is Acid. Acid ran the second Dino looked away. So really great foresight there to just time that perfectly. And we're going to go back to try to tunnel out Momo. Even though there's still 2 generators left, it seems like Dino still thinks tunneling is his best option. And Jaw with a really good body block and then still not getting hit. Jaw played that really well. Lots of support for Momo body blocking him. But we actually catch Momo running out here. He might not make it to this window. And he doesn't. A bit of a misplay from Momo. He got a lot of support from Jaw, but He still goes down, and we see the eruption proc, and we hear somebody running in to get that insta pick. Actually, there's 2 people running in to get the pick very quickly, but we're gonna have to abort this. We do have the pallet, and we see the slow vault, and we're just gonna take the pick. This is looking really scary for Dino. We don't have any Noah to speak of here, so he is gonna have to get his hooks during the game, and looks like we're going to have an insta-pull onto Momo. There's a lot of gen progress here, and we're going to kick it, get that eruption down, but there's just not a lot of room for Dino to do anything here. He's going to have to drop his tunnel now, and he's looking for Acid, but I think Acid just kept running to the top side. And now we're looking around to see if we can find anybody else here. We're just starting this gen from scratch. We do find Jaw here. There's no pallets here, so he is going to get tagged for free. Most of these deep generators, or deep pallets, are gone. We're going to get hit and just run into the shack. This is not the worst gen split in the world. It is kind of a straight line. And we do find Momo again. This is our tunnel. He is healthy. We're going to have to win a 50, but Momo does not want to take any risks, and he just dumps that pallet. But, I mean, with good enough macro, this is doable from both sides, but I do think Acid is just cranking that generator on the top side of the map, because we did see him run there earlier, and we haven't seen him in a little while. And Jaw should be able to make it to Shack Pallet. Really nice body blocking on Dino, not letting him get through, and Dino tries to go for the cheese swing through the pallet, but not going to get it, and we see Residual Manifest coming through. Not going to do much, because Dino does have a good memory of where the generators are, but will definitely stop Eruption Aura. And we do see Acid. He has been cranking this gen. It has a lot of progress. This is feeling really dire for Dino. This is looking very bad, and we don't win that 50. Acid gets the stun, and this is very, very dire for Dino. He needs it down, and he needs it now. We see Jaw healing in the distance. We're going to have 4 healthy survivors. Nobody dead. It's Momo and Jaw. We might have to take a hit for this, but I think this is just a matter of time before PTR pops all these generators. Dino just can't get anything going here. The chases have been too strong from PTR here. We're going to get a tag. Jaw is one of the fresh hook survivors, so if we are able to get the down very quickly, and we actually get the blind while Dino is walking, and we get the vault, but we still have Shack Pallet. There's nothing he can do, and we don't get the stun, but we do get the pallet drop right on Dino's head, and the last generator pops. This would be 5 stages if Jaw died on this hook. We are going to keep chase here. We see Momo here. Momo's definitely ready to die for Jaw. Try to keep this as a 3-stage. I imagine we're working that gate in the distance, but if we take the hit in a bad spot, then he's still zoned here, and he is. We're going to break that pallet quickly and hope we can still get Jaw. This is not over yet. We still need to get both these survivors out, and Jaw's going to make that good ping, and we're going to have people coming in to body block, and Acid gets him stuck. Really strong body block from Acid, getting Dino stuck between that wagon. And it looks like PTR is going to do it. They're going to get their win condition. Replay didn't matter. Really good body blocks from Kenshi there as well. Looks like all the survivors are going to be out, and that's going to be a 2-stage for Dino Milan. Very unfortunate for Team Chads. But that's going to be the first set going to Team Petroleum. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes for the Singularity game on Azeroth's Resting Place. We'll be seeing Dino once again. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We are here to see Dino Milan once again on Azarov's resting place. We're seeing a Singularity. This is Chad's pick. We're going to see what Dino can do. I know he's a very accomplished Singularity player. I always love seeing Dino Singu. He's got very high APM, definitely knows how this killer works. So I'm excited to see some good Singu play here and also see what kind of counterplay Petroleum can get. This is not the most common Singu map that we ever see, but it is still one of his most played, top 3. Just surpassed by DDS and Wrecker's Yard. We do see some survivors down on the bottom side. Not quite getting that. Oh, we actually see interesting add-ons here. We have the oxygen tank and, or not oxygen tank, sorry, the extra range and the extra biopod, I believe. So definitely just wanting to area control more than anything. We're going to take this chase onto Acid right away, and we're going to break that pallet. We do have an actually like really nice 5-gen on the top side of the map, actually. We're going to try to hold this, and you see something Dino likes to do is while he's chasing, see if he can find any survivors out of position, and we're going to see Kenshi doing that box inside of the truck, so not going to be able to get a teleport here. And now we're just kind of stuck on the bottom side of the map, and somebody is still here. We just see Momo at Shack. Looks like that EMP went off right as he got that gen, but we actually get a TP onto Kenshi and Jaw here. They were running out, didn't expect Dino to check the camera. This is one thing I love about Dino Melon's Singularity is he's always checking the cameras. You are never safe to not get teleported on. He always has the pressure that you are not safe, and we're getting a tag onto Kenshi. We're going to get a pallet break on Jaw, and we're hopefully going to get another tag here. Doesn't look like there's much in the area other than this edge map pallet, so we're going to have to play that. And we're just going to instantly break it, chew it up, something Singu does very well, but we have the window facing, so Dino's going to opt to take the teleport so he can vault in quickly or break that door. Nice little bait to make Jaw hesitate that he's going around. We do have another pallet, but if Dino can get rid of the resources in this area, he is set up for the later game, and that is definitely what he's trying to do here. Hopefully there's just not much in progress. We see Momo coming in for a bit of support, but we're going to get the infection on him as well. The slipstream, and we're gonna get the teleport, and we're trying to mind game around this tile, but I think he just sent it. We're gonna keep running down the map. Looks like we are just gonna want to take the chase down in this middle area so we can make it to the bottom side. Corrupt intervention is gone. Not something to be super scared of as Singu. We are gonna hopefully get a tag here soon, but we do still have the bus to play. Seems like never-ending bit of pallets here. And we do have a good setup on the bus. We're going to get the TP onto Momo, but he's going to go down to Shack, and we're going to opt to leave this chase. We do see Acid here as well, and we hear some explosions on the top side. We're going to get an infection onto Acid and go for that instant TP. He did have an EMP in hand, and we see that sprint burst coming out as well. And looks like his EMP didn't quite get that camera, so we're going to be able to get the TP again. This is very strong pallet on the bus. We're going to break that, and he's going to make the vault. But I think we're going to want to leave and try to protect these generators here. Almost gets the TP off. Doesn't quite get the infection. The EMP comes in just in time. And we're going to keep harassing these two survivors on the bottom side of the map. Very cute camera angle there. Just barely missing Acid. Looks like Momo is working this generator. We're going to see the power of that range out on. Dino knows exactly where to place these cameras so he can get an angle. And we're going to check out our topside generators. We do see Kenshi and Jaw. They're splitting the map. We're not going to quite get the teleport off, but we're going to hope to get some more infections here soon. We do want to get a down eventually on the top side of the map, hopefully before all of these generators pop. But Kenshi's going to actually get that gen pop in his face and start doing the EMP box, but Dino's not going to let him get enough time. We are going to get the injure here, but Kenshi's setting himself up so he can cross down to the bottom side of the map. Which is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to die on the side with all the generators. And we don't want to get the pallet break there, but it suctions him there anyway. The chain ball was on the pallet close enough, so we do get the pallet break, unfortunately instead. Not what Dino wanted. And we see a little bit of support here from Jaw. We're going to see the EMP come through for Kenshi, helping him make it to the bottom. And Dino just can't really get anything going here, but he is playing the long game. He wants to keep these generators. We see the generators on the bottom side pop. We don't care about them too much. What we want to keep more than anything is this 3-gen around main building. We want to keep all of this area here. And we get a free TP onto Momo, actually. And very almost gets the pallet break on his head, but not quite. And we do find Kenshi, who is injured. We're going to try to go for a sneaky shoot angle, but Kenshi is looking out for it so he doesn't walk out and goes around. But we get the TP here around the corner, and Kenshi doesn't have much to work with here. The pallet's gone. We're going to have to get a body block or a run for the mid. And looks like we get an EMP here. And we're going to get another tag onto Momo. We hear a lot of progress on that Shack generator, but we are just going to check our generators on the top side. Somebody popped Shack right behind us, so we know that there's 2 people there. And we almost get the TP onto Kenshi on the mid-map. We know he's right here, though. He's just going to wait on the side of the pallet. Very smart, so that Dino doesn't break it. And he's going to go die in this corner of the map here, or keep trying to play his chase. He will inevitably die here at some point. He just has double windows to work with. We're going to see what he can do. Nice fake from Dino. Good mind game. And we're going to get the down onto Kenshi. Finally, we're going to check our generator before we hook to make sure we can keep it. Going to the wrong camera a couple times there, but going to get it eventually. And we're going to see a painters come in. Hopefully we have one nearby. Looks like we're shooting for that top mid hook. No, we don't quite think we're going to make that, so we're just going to take this hook. We're going to be happy with this. We're going to check on our generator some more. Do you see Momo running up the map? We are going to have an EMP here. Somebody was on the mid-map, so we have somebody to look out for going for the pull. We're going to clean up some of these cameras we don't need anymore. There's no generators over here. We don't want those, so we're going to walk all the way up, try to stop these gens, and we're going to get a TP, very cheeky angle onto Momo.
This is better.
And we're going to try to pressure Jaw off this gen. We don't want to let this pop. We do have a kick limit that we have to be mindful of when we are playing 3-genning killers like Singularity. I've kicked that generator at least twice already, so we don't want to let it get to its limit too early on in the game. We're going to get a nice infection on a Jaw. We got a tag on a Momo. We got some nice slowdown, and hopefully we're going to get an angle here, but not quite. Jaw's able to hide. We're going to look for these survivors resetting on the bottom side. We know they are together because the EMP gave us some killer instinct. And we hear them resetting behind Shack. We have time to commit them for just a little bit. We get the TP onto Momo. But we're actually going to go for Kenshi here. No, we're going to leave. We have to check our generators. But looks like they're blocked, and we get a nice infection onto Kenshi. The survivors are still on the bottom side. They're just going to stay there until Momo is reset, and then they'll come up to help their team tackle this 3-gen. Dino's going to have to walk up quite a bit to replace his cameras, though. Gets a nice slipstream onto Kenshi. I believe that's our 3rd kick. We do have a super secret perk in play that could come in handy here if we do see Kenshi or Jaw getting back on that generator anytime soon. Gonna place another camera here. We see Acid. Ooh, Acid doing a good job playing hide and seek from these cameras. Not quite getting the tag. And we see a nice long range. That's some of the benefits of playing with the ranged add-on is we get these slipstreams from just so much further away that you can place cameras in the mid-map, and they can even let you get slipstreams on the bottom side. Looks like we're playing these double windows against Jaw. We're playing them pretty well here. Dino's trying to get a TP. We see somebody coming in with an EMP. We do get the TP off. We're going to play this 50, and Jaw's going to win that, and the window is blocked. Looks like our tag's going to be coming in, but we do have a pallet. He might make that. He does. And we're greeting it, I think. Dino called out that greet. He's going to get the tag, but we're going to send it to the bottom side of the map. And we're going to see Dino with sight of 3 survivors running wild. Looks like they're trying to bait so Acid can pop this generator. All 3 survivors just running around there. We're going to see if we can get an infection onto Acid. We do. Going to put a kick down on this generator and probably keep our chase up or try to stop this reset on the mid. But we do see an EMP here, so not quite able to get that going. But we do get a TP onto Acid. A lot of these mid pallets are gone. We do have that one at top mid, but we're running away from it. We see everybody here. kind of got a party of survivors here that we can just do whatever, but there's one person unaccounted for that we have to be careful about, and there they are. We now know where everybody is in this game. There's 3 on the bottom side. Momo's running towards us through the mid-map, trying to make it so he does not die top. This is the one worst thing you could do in a set on Azarov's resting place, is die in the side of the map that has the gen split. If you can always force that death bottom, then you are totally fine. We're going to keep this chase, trying to get that TP, but just not quite enough distance to get that TP. Looks like we're going to commit this. We think we have enough time. We need to get something going. We're going to get a TP onto Kenshi, actually. This is not the one we wanted. A nice little fake on the window, but not getting enough distance, and we're going to get the tag. We have 2 injured survivors down here again. We're going to check on our generators. We see somebody just crossing up. It's Jaw, but we still don't know where Acid is once again. We're just going to keep holding these gens. We're in for a long haul of a game here. We're going to put a kick down on this. We now have our Dragon's Grip activated for a while, and just barely not getting that TP on a Jaw. Very unfortunate for Dino. He would have loved that teleport. Now we're going to walk up and find him. He might not have an EMP in hand, so we might be able to get an alright chase here. Jaw doing a good job of hiding LOS, but we're going to get the hit here. I believe this was our live survivor, so he's going to get a lot of distance here, but we're just going to keep playing these windows. We're going to see. Looks like Dino's opting to leave once again, checking his cameras, trying to catch Momo crossing, but somehow that camera doesn't have enough distance, even with the distance add-on. I'm very surprised. But what we do have is info. We know where 3 people are. We're just barely not getting Momo there with the infection. We're going to check on this gen, and we do see Acid cranking it. He's got a lot of progress. We do find Momo. We got the 7% skill check. That is good for Dino. That is free regression for him. And we are going to see 2 survivors on this top generator. There was Acid and Kenshi here. We got 2 EMPs in hand. And now we're going to get the infection onto Acid. And looks like we're crossing to double the other generator. But Dino has such good cam coverage that they can't cross without getting slipstreamed. Momo working on the safe side of the generator. He knows that the cameras can't see him because the one on his side is disabled for now. But we actually get a TP onto Acid just working that EMP box. Didn't think he was going to get teleported on. I feel like if we need to commit to anything, now is the time. But we're running towards Momo. I believe he has another EMP, and we're going to make this pallet. And Momo's already here looking to support. And we see a generator pop. This is looking really bad for Dino already. I know we have a lot of progress on that other generator as well. But we actually get the free TP onto Kenshi as well. Not very mindful of these TP locations when we're doing the boxes, but Dino doing a great job of setting up his cameras on the EMP boxes. We don't have anything here, so Momo's going to have to take a hit, but I don't think we have an EMP, so we're going to be able to keep that chase onto Kenshi if we want it. We find Jaw on the edge map. We might just commit him instead because we have injures on everybody. But he does have an EMP in hand. Oh, very unfortunate. Gets the EMP on all 3 survivors. Dino does know where everybody is. He is going to cross for that reset. He needs to make something work here. He gets everybody infected. We have a pile of infections here. 3 for 1 special. And we're going to keep this chase going, but I mean, we don't have too much progress on the top side. We know it's being singled. He does have time to commit this. This, I believe, is a painter's survivor. It's been so long, I actually don't recall who his first down was. But looks like we have time here. Hopefully this is a fresh hook survivor. If it is, we're still looking okay for Dino to get some higher stages in this game. But 4K is looking pretty unlikely because of this gen progress and the amount of kicks we've had on these generators. We're checking for somebody pulling quickly, but not quite finding anybody. They did just finish the reset on a Kenshi. Still not too much progress on the top side. We can still commit for a little while down here and see what we can do. Just checking that cross using his cameras. And we finally find somebody bottom. We find Acid. Dino knowing correctly what that means, that Jaw is on the generator once again. Ooh, we barely don't get the teleport onto Jaw. And this one is EMP'd. And Momo gets pulled down on the bottom side. Dino has got a lot of work to do here. He's just going to get some slowdown by infecting Momo, but we're not going to commit that. Committing that would be pretty close to throwing the game. We do get a TP onto Jaw right before he's able to get that EMP off. Really well timed from Dino, but we are going to make it through that pallet. He does have to swing. We do hear Dragon's Grip go off onto Kenshi. We might try to go look for him. We do, but he's got an EMP in hand. He's going to get away. Unless we get that TP. We do find Jaw again. They have so many pallets on this top side of the map. This is a very difficult spot for Dino. We see all three of the other survivors, and we get a TP. We might be able to find Jaw with this. Or Kenshi, I believe, is the one who is still infected with Dragon's Grip. But we're actually going to find Acid on the edge map, and we're going to be playing this Z-Wall. And he vaults right into Dino. Good 50 win, but we still have Shack Pallet. Not much you can do, but we get the TP onto Jaw. Dino just on top of these cams, not letting them do anything for free. Always getting that TP when they least expect it. We hear them crying at Shack, but it looks like they're healing inside, so not going to be able to get that TP. Jaw's still stuck in the top side. We might be able to finally get it down in our generators. This is exactly what Dino's been playing for this whole game. Oh, we very nearly baited Jaw to vault into him. It was very, very close. We still have no Lied left on the Survivor, I believe. Good mind game coming in from Dino. See if it's going to work. Baiting around this tile, but I think Jaw can probably see him over top of it. Not falling for any of these. Yeah, we can see Dino over the top, so these mind games aren't going to work as well as you would like. Singu is a pretty tall character. And Jaw is able to time that vault every time where he won't get hit and won't vault into Dino. Dino's going to go for the vault, and Jaw's going to keep running around and just doing an amazing job playing around this tile. That Dino's actually going to have to leave and go check on his mid generator. Really great chase on the double windows coming in from Jaw. Giving Dino a difficult time. We're going to just barely miss that infection onto Kenshi, and we're going to kick this mid generator. We put Dragon's Grip on it. They do know about it now, as Kenshi was affected earlier. We're looking for Jaw, but we don't quite find him. He could possibly still be injured, infected, stuck on the top side. We do see him. He is still, in fact, injured and infected on the top side. Not quite letting him TP, though. Looking for that infection on Momo, but these cameras are disabled as well. Jaw's just got to be hiding behind main building. He can't really walk out. If he gets caught out here, this is pretty bad. Oh, very close to getting that teleport. But just not quite. And we get another infection on a Momo. Just kind of harassing these survivors. We see Jaw here. Trying to not get teleported on. Dino not making it easy to not get teleported on, but not quite able to get it either. We're checking angles here, seeing if we can see people walking up. Still looking for Jaw. He's still infected up here somewhere. We get the infection onto Kenshi. We're playing the long game here. Very slow, very steady. Just camping this generator for as long as we can to get it regressing. And we get another tag onto Momo. We're going to try to stop these survivors from crossing up the map. Jaw's still stuck. We finally get the teleport we wanted. And this is going to be the down onto Jaw finally on the top side of the map. This is exactly what Dino's been wanting this whole game. We finally get it. Hopefully we get a nice hook spot here. We have a Painters coming in. That's going to be the fourth kick on the generator that it exploded. They're doubling it right in his face. Ooh, just barely not infecting. Oh, they were actually tripling it. Kenshi's running up the map. This generator is very, very close to being done. We got a teleport prompt for a split second there. Dino can't really... Oh, we saw him behind the... we saw him peeking his little head out behind the garbage bin. But we can't really commit up for this. We still have to sit on this generator and let it regress as well. We see him. We get the teleport. Gonna get the free tag on a Kenshi as well. Might be able to commit this. He is running to the progress generator. We do get the TP in. We think that generator's gonna pop if we let it go. And everybody's out of there somehow. We got a bit scared of the generator popping. We had a free down on the Kenshi, but we didn't take it. We had teleport prompt for a split second onto somebody on this top side. Draw with the second wind is fully healed. Bit of a pickle for Dino Meal in here. We see Acid just picking up that EMP right in his face. Nothing going on here. We healed Kenshi on the bottom. I imagine we're going to be seeing Momo getting healed soon as well. We're going to get the TP onto Acid. We just have the one pallet here. And we call up the Greed. And we're going to get a tag onto Acid. It looks like we're going to be able to get the TP follow-up. Oh, we actually TP'd a Kenshi on the mid-map instead. We're going to get that tag, and we're going to drop the chase. And we are going to get a TP on a job, but he does have that main building window favorably facing this generator. So I'm not going to be able to do anything there. We do get another slipstream onto Acid, and we're going to teleport onto the generator. I don't think he was meant to do that. Momo walking in our face. And we're going to get the TP on a jaw as well. We're going to get a tag here. Things are quickly getting very chaotic. We have 4 injures. We have 2 slipstreams. There's a lot going on. And we get a TP all the way on the bottom side of the map onto Acid. I don't think he's going to make it to the shack pallet in time. He's not. And he gets stuck for a little bit. I think he maybe had a 99 sprint burst. He tried to stutter it, but not quite going to get it. And we get the TP on a jaw as well. This is quickly falling apart for Petroleum. We have 2 downs. And we know that they're picking on the bottom side because we just saw the slipstream go off. We can take this hook for free if we want it. Jaw once again teleported on at this EMP. Dino with really great cam spots, not letting them get these hooks or these EMP boxes for free. That's going to be our second hook onto Jaw. And I believe we're all resetting inside shack, so we're getting some regression on these generators. It's down to about 30 on this gen. Dino doing a great job here holding these generators. The biggest concern for us now is going to be stopping that regression event from coming in. We get a slipstream. And we're going to get another one. Lots of pressure from Dino holding the cross. And we get a TP onto Kenshi once again. We're going to get a tag. We know Momo's crossing up the right side by this bust here. We're going to look for him. Don't quite see him. We just saw Acid right there. We have eyes on 2 survivors here. Kenshi running up mid. And we see on the right. We just saw Momo running up right beside us. Oh, wrong camera, I think. Oh. We are able to get that goop onto Momo, and we are going to pull Jaw. This is going to be a tunnel opportunity for Dino to have somebody dead in the 3v1. If he can get this tunnel out quickly, then he's in a great spot. But if he can't, then they might pop this middle generator, and he thinks they are going to try for it. So he is going to get that infection. Jaw's going to give him another TP. Kenshi gives him another TP, and we're going to swap and go for Acid on the generator. And we're going to get a TP onto Momo. This is going to be a tag. This is looking pretty good for Dino, and that's our only healthy survivor hit with Dragon Script. We do have the generator not able to be teleported to right now, but Dino's going to slowly make his way down the bottom side of the map. Looks like we just saw an EMP come in right as he cleared it. Oh, we closed our camera just as Acid walked by. Acid's still exposed for just a couple more seconds. Just not quite able to get that follow-up. We're going to have to hope to find one of these resets. We find Jaw. If we can commit this. Oh, we get a TP onto Momo. And we have Kenshi here as well. This is going to be a down. We're giving Dino these teleports. I'm going to check, see if Acid is on this generator. He is. And we're going to get a teleport onto Acid as well. PTR's playing this game very quickly, and it's not really working in their favor. We see Jaw again on the top side of the map. This gen has regressed to basically nothing. Momo had to pick. We might be able to just go commit Jaw safely here and force this into a 3v1. If we can just find him on the top side. He's working here all by himself. If we find him again, this would be great for Dino. We find that reset again. We are pressuring. We see Kenshi running behind Shaq there. We're trying to get a nice high up angle. And we actually get the TP onto Acid right as he gets rid of this infection. And we're going to get the tag, and then we're going to drop the chase. We're just playing slow down. We're going to see if we can find Jaw again. He is somewhere up there. But we can't let them get much progress on this mid generator. It's been hit so many times that there is not a lot of kicks left on it. Very, very long game here, but Dino playing the macro really well. Definitely setting himself up for a chance to 4K here, but not wanting to let anything go. He's playing very patient. We don't want them to triple this generator for the chase. Jaw giving a TP. He has a pallet and these TL walls to play. He does have Lied. That's going to get him a bit of distance. And we are scared. We're going to drop chase. We know we can't commit this if they're tripling the generator. But we're going to put up another camera just in case Jaw ever comes back here again. And we're going to chase these survivors off the generator. PTR is still playing this really well as well. Very patient. Giving a lot of teleports, but they know exactly what they need to do, which is work this generator. And Dino can't kick it anymore. Because of this regression limit, Dino might be locked out of this 4K opportunity if we can't find Jaw. This is very bad. We actually get the slipstream through a tree there. We actually had no line of sight on the survivor, but the game thought we did. We'll take those for sure. And we kind of need to sit on this generator because any second it could pop that we're away from it. This is a very precarious situation for Dino. This generator in the middle map is blocked. We are still looking for Jaw. We weren't able to successfully continue the tunnel out as they had too much pressure on this mid-gen. We're going to have to hope we have some more mistakes from Team Petroleum if we're Dino Melon. Some more easy TPs. If we can get a TP onto Jaw right now. Oh, that would be perfect. That is exactly what Dino needed here. Oh, he just barely makes it. They're going to be monkeying for that generator. They want to try to pop it before Jaw dies. Dino can't kick it anymore. He can't let them do much to it. They're all swarming it. We see all three survivors running in. Oh, poor Dino just can't quite commit to tunnel out Jaw. There's just too much progress on this generator, and he can't regress it anymore. There's nothing he can do. He just has to keep wasting these guys' times and hope that Jaw slips up enough that he can get the death. Jaw does get the EMP off. We're going to venture up a little bit again. But we have no injures. We're going to have to protect this mid-generator again. We do get a TP onto Acid here. This is going to be a tag. Going into the Shack pallet. We can't commit this. They're doubling it. We're working it for a little bit too long, and we're going to get the TP onto Kenshi. We know that Momo is right here as well. We're going to get the hit tank. And we're going to have 2 injured survivors now on the bottom side. We're looking for Acid, but not quite finding him. We're going to go look for Jaw. Not quite finding him. We have at least 2 survivors at this shack. We hear an EMP go off. There should be 3 survivors at the shack. We're going to get the EMP. Oh. Little Acid around the corner with his sprint burst. And we're going to get the TP onto Momo. And we're going to vault in, but Momo smartly runs around Shack, not letting himself get mind-gamed. We're going to get the infection onto Kenshi. We have all 3 survivors down here infected. We don't see Jaw anywhere. He's playing very patient while they're getting pressured. He's not letting them get the teleport. And Acid with the sprint burst is going to get away. We're going to have to drop Shack pallet, though. That is some of their protection gone. We're checking on that mid-generator, see if anybody's sneaking it. We're going to get the TP onto Acid again. I think this is going to be the down onto Acid. He shouldn't make that window with the haste buff. Oh, we make the we make the locker, but not quite forcing it, just wasting a little bit of time. We're very almost getting the teleport onto Kenshi here. I think we're going to take the hook to get our last fresh. If this is a pain risk, it'll at least stop Jaw's generator from popping. It does stop Jaw's generator. We can't do anything about the middle gen, but Kenshi gives the teleport once again. We're going to get a tag on a Kenshi. We have 3 injured survivors, all slipstream and 1 on hook. And we see 2 of them. We're going to swap to Momo because we caught him out going for the unhook. And we're going to force locker. We're going to take the pick. And Kenshi's right here as well. We're going to drop. And we're going to go for Kenshi here. Acid's going to be forced to have to pick, but Kenshi's going to go down. We're going to try to force locker, but not quite enough. We're going to have to look for Jaw on these generators. It's EMP'd. We're just going to take the pick on a Kenshi. Nothing we can do about that. We might as well take a hook stage if we can't get there in time regardless. You could see Dino going for a 3K here. Giving up on that 4K because of Jaw. A 3K10 would be... 3K11 would be a very good result for Dino if he's able to get it. We're going to see him holding the survivors here. Looks like Jaw is possibly crossing the map to the middle. No, he's going back up. And we see the infection onto Jaw. This could be the time to commit if we get him. We know where everybody is vaguely. And we're looking to see if we can find these survivors resetting. And we actually do. We get a TP onto Acid. He's not going to make that vault. And we're going to have a down. And we see Momo as well. He is going to be protected by the unhook timer for Slipstream, but we are going to be able to continue the chase now onto Momo, and with a nice quick TP. Momo with a good double back there. Confused Dino a little bit, but we are going to have a relatively fast down. All he has is a window to play. We see a fake, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to get the down, and that's going to be 2 slugs, and Jaw on the other side of the map still cranking that generator, but Dino once again thinks nothing he can do. I'm going to take the hook. And Dino got a lot of momentum here. He's playing this very well. We saw Kenshi pick the Acid. We're going to see if we can find them, but we can't quite. Gonna take a look for them, but they actually did get the reset. We're going to see if we can see Jaw, but it's still EMP'd. He has been cranking those EMP boxes on the top side, so he can't get teleported on, so he can work for free while these survivors pressure the bottom side. Oh, we heard Kenshi, actually. They were just inside check. And we get the slipstream on a Kenshi. That is the one we wanted out of these 2, actually. He was running the furthest up the map. Unfortunately, we get those little awkward balls there on the wall. And we do get the teleport on a Kenshi. He is going to make that vault. We are healthy. We're trying to go for a killer spin. We see... adrenaline. We aren't quite going to get the infection onto Acid. I believe only 1 survivor isn't Deathhook. I don't remember if it's Acid. I think it's Acid, not Kenshi. So this is the survivor he wants if he wants to get his most stages. We're going to be looking for him. We do have both gates on the top side. And we do get a slipstream onto Acid. But we also see an EMP. I don't think we're going to be able to get this. I don't think it's going to be enough distance. We're going to go for Jaw. That's more stages. It's still 1. He does have Lied, though. This is the problem with chasing Jaw on these double windows. He does have Lied. This is still not a guaranteed death for Dino here. He has to do something. He can take the damage on a Kenshi while Jaw is zoned. Jaw is still zoned. Kenshi's going to have to reset. Jaw is stuck here. Baits the TP. Dino knows he has Lied. He doesn't want to do anything stupid here. He wants to bait out the Lied if he can. But Jaw just not biting it. We're going to get the down on a Kenshi. Are we going to be able to pick? No. We're going to go back and look for Jaw again. And he's still there. We might be able to waste time here. And looks like Jaw walked out a little bit. We might be able to get it down here. We're zoning him away. He does have a window he wants to take here. We might be trying to go for a hatch. I think we're trying to go for a hatch. Not quite going to get it. I think Jaw is going to be dead here unless Dino misplays somehow. Did he get path? Where did Jaw go? Oh, he pathed so hard. Dino has to look for him on the bottom side of the map. He doesn't see him. He's all the way at hatch. Oh no, Dino got rid of all those cameras on the bottom side. Jaw is going to be out. And Jaw is out on the hatch. That's going to be, I think, 6 or 7 stage game from Dino. We'll have to confirm after, but that was a very long game. Very well played from both sides. Could have gone either way, honestly. Okay, well, we'll be back for hopefully a less long Singularity game as we see Petroleum's killer very soon. Oh my god. Welcome back, everybody. After ages, I have aged 80 years after that last Singu game. We are back to see Momo on the Singularity. This is a very good gen split for Momo. I think DBD wants Momo to win. This gen split with the hill in the middle is very, very unfavorable for Team Chads. They're gonna have to do a lot of work to break this gen spread, and I don't know if I have the tenacity to do it for another hour-long Singer game, but we're in for a ride. Hopefully not a long one. We're gonna see, checking that cam, not finding anybody. Got some stealthing survivors, not quite finding anybody at all crossing out. We didn't set up too many cams in our web of generators. Not finding anybody yet. We see scratch marks of somebody crossing up, but that's EMP'd already. We do see different add-ons from Momo. We do have the oxygen tank, which will exhaust survivors, and then we also do have the additional biopods add-on as well. So no range for Momo like Dino had. We're going to see how that comes into play. Oxygen tank definitely good for denying the sprint burst. And we're going to see a kick here. We do have a familiar perk on Momo as well. We do have the Dragon's Grip, as you can tell. And we have Eruption as well, so basically the same perk build as Dino, kind of tried and true Singularity build. We see some progress on this 4gen already. It is very, very tight. I can see this deep generator. Honestly, I think the focus for Chads here should be popping this deep generator, as it's harder to defend, and then that one that kind of faces mid. The one on the other side of the hill, that one right there. If you do work that generator, you can pretty much always make it to the bottom side of the map. This one you just have to stealth well and then pre-run, and you should be fine. We do have an EMP onto Inno, and we do see that. Oh, we get a really nice hit through the pallet onto Inno, and we get the follow-up TP as well. This could be bad. If Inno dies in this gen split, this is going to be very, very bad for Chad. We're going to have to see this pallet drop. He's going to have to make his way to the bottom of the map, but we're actually going further in. I don't know if I agree with this from Inno. We're going to have to juice up here. You absolutely cannot die in this 4gen. He's going to need some help to make it to the bottom side of the map, I think. And we still have no EMP. We're going to have another teleport, and we're just going to keep playing this deep generator area. Not the worst thing in the world if you die in this corner, but definitely not something you want to happen. We do see a generator explode in the distance. Inno's going to make this vault. We do finally have some assistance. We saw Z-Slasher come in with the EMP. We do have an EMP in hand. Inno has had one this whole time, but just has never used it. We're going to win the 50 on this 4 lane. We see a lot of survivors here. We're trying to get that assistance blind, but John's arms are too short, and he just can't quite get the blind. We see the EMP coming at the perfect time, not getting the TP. Z-Slasher coming in for a body block, some redemption to get him to the bottom side of the map. We do get it. We're going to go for an EMP onto Z-Slasher. We're going to get it, but we put our gun down right as we would have got the TP. We thought he wasn't going to path into us, but he did. And we're going to drop this chase and see if we can catch somebody out on the top side. We have a lot of progress on these deep generators. Team Chad's off to a good start here, but as we saw in Dino Melon's game, anything can happen when you have a 3-gen with Singularity. We're going to see. I don't think anybody's there. We did have vision of all the survivors recently, so nobody could really be over there just yet. We're going to check. And actually, Dino touches this generator. We find out Dragon's Grip, but he should be in a safe place. He has enough distance that he is going to be able to make it to the bottom side of the map. We're going to be trying to see if we can get him here. We see the reset onto Inno and Z-Slasher on the bottom side, and Dino's just sending it all the way to Shaq. Pardon me. And we are going to keep this chase going. We are going to be committing Dino. If we can get that tag with Dragon's Grip, that would be very good. And we have Inno come in for a clutch body block. He actually would have got that down if it weren't for him. And Dragon's Grip's going to be up any second now. Dino's going to barely make this. And Dragon's Grip is gone. We're going to have that slowdown, so not going to quite be able to get that tag. Dino's going to run to some of these good pallets on the bottom side. We're going to just take them and eat them and get some more teleports going in. Dino doing a good job. We popped that mid generator already. If we can pop that deep generator Dino was on earlier, we'll be in a very good spot. Oh, Oh, wow, that lasted a much longer time than I thought it did. I thought it was already gone. But Dino might have got hit at the tail end of that dragon script, actually. Very unfortunate. We do see Inno injured on the bottom side as well. That's going to be Painters coming in on Dino. So that top generator is not quite going to pop. And Inno's kind of stuck at Shack without any pallet. And he runs right into Momo. We see the unhook, but Inno kind of going to die. Going for the double vault on the Z-wall, but just not enough. We're going to have a down on Inno. That's going to be another Painters. And that's going to stop this other deep generator from popping once again, I think. It's going to be close. Oh, it's actually a basement hook. Not close at all. We're going to be playing for this bottom side 3-gen instead, I think. We broke this 4-gen up top, but they've ignored this bottom 3-gen the whole time. So Momo's going to be happy to swap his strategy to holding these gens instead. Definitely some room for the survivors to work these, but not a lot of safety down here anymore. A lot of these pallets have been destroyed. Bit of a misclick from Momo. And actually somebody was there already. Somebody has got the unhook onto Inno. We do have second win. We're going to have to try to get him out of the basement, and we do sneak right by. And Z's going to take the hit, so we get the heal off onto Inno. And we're going to drop chase. We're going to have to go for this re-slipstream onto Dino Melon, but he gets around the corner just in time. We're going to be able to hide behind that tree. Wow, Chad's doing a great job here. Not giving Momo any momentum. Did a great job getting out of that situation. Now everybody's safely on the top side of the map where he has no 3-gen. I assume we're going to be taking some time to reset Z-Slasher. And Momo thinks that that's what they're going to do, so he's going to venture up to actually look for them. We do see the reset on the corner there. This is our tunnel out survivor. But he is healthy now. And out of the 3-gen. So this is a favorable chase for Team Chaz. We're going to see someone trying to EMP Dino, but he's very aware and was pre-running to the cover. And Inno's going to actually make this pallet. He does drop it. Inno hesitated just for a second, so Momo was able to swing through and get that damage. If he had just pre-dropped it, then he would have been fine. Hesitates a little bit, and we swing through. Z-Slasher failing his friend again. That is the second time we have seen Z-Slasher just move a little bit out of the way, and Inno gets hit through the swing once again. Very unfortunate. And we're going to see the redown onto Inno here. It's going to be second stage, but we have some good gen progress on the bottom side of the map, I would hope. Not the worst progress you could ask for. We do see somebody up here. We're going to find John Arbuckle right next to the hook. We are blocking LOS from the slipstream, but we're eventually going to get it. Oh, really good pathing from John, actually, to avoid that. He knew exactly what Momo was up to. Team Chaz are doing a great job of avoiding these slipstreams. Making Momo place 4 biopods to get that slipstream, and he still never gets it. We see Z-Slasher looking. This is looking very doable for Team Chaz, but we are going to have to eventually get this pull on Inno. One famous thing about Singularity is that when you are in the 3v1, typically you're not going to see another generator pop. We don't want to get that TP on Dino. He knows he can work it fearlessly because he's not going to get teleported on. He needs to get this tunnel out onto Inno. Might be a failed double save, but John barely comes in time. We could have got that for free, I think, if we were there a little bit earlier. And we're going to have this chase on Inno. That is going to be the oxygen tank. Inno is lied, so he's not going to have that up. And we are going to see a generator pop for this. And looks like Z-Slasher is going to take the down for Inno. He got healed again. Did he FTP and it's bugged? I'm actually not quite sure. Oh no, Inno is the FTP survivor. He must have had second wind up again and I missed something. But really well played from Team Chaz. Inno is out of there. He is healthy. He is good. And we see the insta-pull on Z-Slasher, and we're chasing John in the corner of the map, actually. And we are doing really well here. We're gonna get the slipstream onto John, but this is also a fresh hook survivor, and we have no 3-gen anymore. Team Chats just might have a chance here to take this, but John gets caught out a little bit, got mind gamed around the main building, and we're gonna have another down. But once again, there's no 3-gen at all. This map split is very, very favorable. We're onto our 4th hook of the game. Momo's gonna need 4 more to take the win here. I have this hook. I think this is gonna be pain res. This is our 4th fresh hook survivor, so we're not tied on fresh hooks, but still just working to get more stages. We see Z Slasher on the edge map. We do get that slipstream, and the TP is gonna get blocked by the rock. We're not quite gonna get it, and Z Slasher manages to cleanse himself with that EMP, and we're gonna keep holding W towards the main building. We're gonna get that TP finally, and we are gonna get tagged here. If we can break LOS, then Momo's gonna have to vault out and not be able to TP, but we do let him teleport to us. So this is gonna be a fast redown onto Z Slasher. Most likely we have no Lithe here. No pallet. And the generators are done! All the gens are done. Dino cranked it. Is there a gate on the bottom side of the map? There is. Z Slasher's only worth 2. That's gonna be... This is our 5th stage. That's going to be 6 stages only. Team Chads, they're going to win the Singularity set. They're all 3 out. That's going to be a win. Wow, really well played from Chad survivors. They've really proved they know how to play the Singularity set. Amazing, like, teamwork, coordination. Great job dodging all these. Are they going to go for this? Do they think they need to save? I thought that was win. They think they need to save? I think they need to save. Didn't they get 7 stages? I'm surprised they're going in for this. Dino might have possibly snuck in and got it. Dino actually does get the unhook. But Z Slasher's not out yet. We do get the TP. They're not all out yet. They might have possibly thrown the game here. John Arbuckle is stuck in the map. This is not over yet. Inno has to die for John, but John's not out. This might have been possibly a throw. I'm pretty sure that they had won there. But John is stuck in the map now. I'm very confused. I thought they had won this game. And the hook is right here. I think they just threw this game away. I could be wrong. Maybe they were tied at the win condition. Dino with an amazing body block. Wait, they might be out. They might be out. Oh my god. Dino with the clutch body block. Holy, that body block was amazing. That saved the entire game. I think they still win. That was very scary. And I did not like how that unfolded at the end. That was very, very scary, but at least it was entertainment value. Holy Chads, do not scare me like that again. We'll be right back. I think we're going into the Wesker tiebreaker set now. We'll be right back in a couple minutes, guys. Okay, you're good. I'm not crazy. Welcome back, everybody, after these exciting Singularity games. Thankfully, one was shorter than the rest. We are here for our final set. We have Wesker on Coal Tower. We are seeing Inno running on the side. We're going to see Momo breaking out these main doors. What an exhausting day today has been. Hopefully, we're going to have some cool and exciting Wesker matches to close out the night, close out the weekend. Gonna see an attempt on a dash, but very difficult to dash this car unless you can get that hug tech off. Not much use in comp except on these car tiles. So we're gonna see Inno drop that pallet and we're gonna drop the chase. We saw people crossing on the bottom. We have a pretty nice mid-gen spread actually. We have a 4-gen bot. Gonna be what we want to get a hook in actually. Hopefully Chaz have scouted that out and they know not to die here. We're gonna find somebody at Shack. It's going to be Z-Slasher, and we pre-dropped Shaq, actually. Scared he was going to dash on us, and we find 2 survivors here. Shaq's going to be gone unless we have any means. We're going to keep this chase on to John. John, our most valuable player in the last match, very nearly got Chad's the loss unless he was picked. Very, very scary. We're going to have our chase on the top side, see what we can do versus Wesker. Not the best tile you want to chase Wesker against. This tile is pretty much a guaranteed hit unless you hit a flare. And actually some nice pathing. We pre-flared and Momo went a little bit too far and bumped off the boxes. We're going to see a vault from John. Double vault, very nice. Momo swings and misses. Really good play from John. We're going to bait like we're leaving, but we're just holding our distance on this tile. Not really anywhere you can go after this. We're going to play around these loops. Momo is just going to be able to zone. No egg. We're going to try to make it to this pallet if we can, but Momo should be able to just wait for his power to come back and zone this. We're going to have to see a flare, but Momo nice and patient. We're going to wait, and we get that down. We do see a generator pop for it, so hopefully we're going to get a pain res in before that second generator goes. And we do. We're going to be able to interrupt one of these gens. Not a lot of progress here. Looks like they gave up on it, and we see pain res was on Shaq. Shaq is very high progress. I think they almost thought about committing that. Shack pallet's finally going to be gone. We see the insta-pull on John. Gotta say, I like that play. Very well-timed from Team Chads. Kind of denying the ability to tunnel. And we see the FTP instantly. I do like this play from Team Chaz. We're going to be finding Z-Slasher here. This is where he ran from that Shack pallet. Looks like we're already giving up on our tunnel. We're going to get the blind here. We do have a pallet in this tile and a filler leading into it. Z-Slasher going to have a nice chase here. We're going to have to try to unzone ourselves. We don't want to get zoned to the bottom side of the map, but we also don't want to get tagged for free. Nice little bait from Z-Slasher. I think we're going to see the pallet go here, and we are going to unfortunately get zoned to the bottom. We're just going to have to try to waste as much time as we can. Z-Slasher baited, he left. Very nice pathing there. And Momo's going to take the dash, and this might be an edge map throw, and it is. This might be Z-Slasher 2-tap. I think he can make this pallet, but now it's a 50-50, and we're going to see Shaq pop, and we lose that 50. Nice play from Momo, baiting, and we are going to get the down onto Z-Slasher, but this is 2 gens for 2 separate fresh hook survivors. This is already looking like a tough spot for Momo. His 4-gen on the bottom side is completely gone. We do have our most mid-facing generator still, which is good. And we see a painters on this gen, so not too much other progress across the map. Maybe 1 generator at 50. We're going to break out this main building, and we see the insta-pull on Z-Slasher again. And yeah, not a lot of gen progress across the map. We find John again. We're going to kick his generator. We're splitting gens very well. This is the survivor who was our first hook. So no pain risk found on the survivor. We're going to get a stun. And I think that was smash hit, but nowhere to go, really. So we're just going to make him break and then finally run over to main building. Not really a lot of places he can go, but he can kind of wiggle around that hook. But getting a nice snatch and being able to get that grab was very, very strong. We're going to keep this chase going onto these double window tiles. Not really the best place you want to chase Wesker. And getting a crazy grab, barely grabbing the edge of John's hitbox. I almost thought he got around the corner. We're going to see Eruption go off on this topside generator. And we're going to go for this back main hook. Really good chase from Momo, getting some really skillful dashes there. And I think we're going to be able to interrupt another generator. But actually, we haven't been working these topside generators yet. And we're going to pop the other bottom. And at this point, it seems like we're going to be leaving this topside 3-gen until later in the game. This is still doable for Momo. We do have a death hook survivor at 2 gens. So if we can get that tunnel out chase quickly, that would be very good. I think we're going to see another FTP, and we do. Dino has FTP'd the survivor twice. We're going to have to find a way to crack these generators. My jaw is getting sore from casting all these games, so I hope that they're going to crank these generators quickly. And a throw into nothing. John able to slide off of everything. No collision on Mr. Arbuckle, but we are going to get the tag. John kind of zoned. We're going to have to see a good chase here. If we want to pop all these generators, we could potentially double one of them. And we kind of call it as pathing a little bit, but we do have some safe tiles here, and we're going to drop. We see the double coming in. We know we're going to lose our gens for committing this chase, and we drop. Very smart play from Momo. I think he was correct, but we're actually going to see if we can catch John out here. But we aren't able to, so we're going to have to go back again. We see Dino. We know where everybody is. We know the exact gens they're working on. John can just work that bottom generator safely while these survivors pressure the 3-gen with the 3 of them. And I think we're going to see a tag onto Inno. We don't want to see an edge map throw, but we get another edge map throw. And depending on which exhaustion Inno has, he might just be dead here. This is a good 2-tap from Momo. Lots of confidence in these dashes. And we don't fault the Z-Wall. We're Z-Wall juicing. Inno doing a great job on the Z-Wall. A swing and a miss. Playing this Z-Wall amazingly. We made Momo get Bloodlust. And we get that down, and we see the Eruption proc. But only on one of the generators. I think this is our other survivor who was Pain Roast, but we're going to get the hook in the gen spread here. And that deep generator pops. There's no more 3-gen. This is looking really bad for Momo. We're going to go all the way to the bottom side. We know John is there. This is our only opportunity to get anything going here. I imagine we're going to see a quick pull onto Inno and possibly a triple on this top generator for the time it takes to chase John. We don't have Shaq Pella here. Shaq is pretty much a 50 against Wesker. You have to guess exactly which way he's going to go. And John guesses right. We don't have any eggs, so he's pretty safe here. And we're going to run to this eye tile. Looks like Z-Slasher is here to support. But we actually get tapped up, but we once again throw into nothing. Looks like Z-Slasher is going to come in to take a supportive hit tank here. And we're going to take that dash for him. And John's going to be able to make it to the bottom side. We're going to drop this chase. We have 4 injured survivors. This could get out of hand for Chads very quickly if they don't play this well. But he is going to drop that chase. He decides there's not enough progress on this, and he's going to go pressure these survivors on the bottom. We find Z-Slasher. We're going to leave him. We see John at Shaq again. I mean, there's no eruption on this. I think committing this is a mistake. Actually... yeah, they're right on that generator. Unless he 2-taps John. Really nice flare from John Arbuckle. Very good play. Keeping himself alive for just a little bit longer. They need to pop that generator. He should be able to make it around this. Nice movement. And we have Adrenaline on this survivor as well. This is looking to be a low stage game. He's going to have to go find one of these fresh hook survivors. He wants Dino. He wants Z here. They're both injured. He can do something. Honestly, you maybe didn't want John to have Adrenaline. Hopefully an SB in the pocket here from Dino. We do. Dino's not quite going to make this. We have a head-on mid-dash. Oh, my God. Really great play from Chads here to get Dino out of dodge. And I imagine we're going to have John try to come die for somebody here soon. But we have to get a reset. We have to get our footing back. Dino ran up the map. We kind of caught him out a bit. He's going to go down. We kind of baited him to go back up to that gate. Pretended like we were going to chase somebody else and caught Dino out of position. And we're going to have a basement hook. And this might be Dino dead on first hook here. He's very far from the other gates. This is very bad for Chads. This is going to be like a 7-stage game. You know, 7 stages is well within expected for Wesker. But with the game that Chads had, you kind of hope for more. This was looking like 4 or 5 stages potentially for the survivors, and definitely if you can get it under 6, that's very, very doable for your killer player. They can bring Noed, kind of secure 2k6 for sure, but seems like they might be trying to save this. Looks like they are. They do have a sacrificial lamb in John. But this is a long way to get these gates. They have to go very, very far up the map. So this could possibly be a lot more stages if they fumble. They have to get this before second for it to be worth it. Looks like Z-Slasher is just going into trade? No, he got hit early. and we're zoning away. We're not going to be able to get in there. Z-Slasher got tagged too early, and we're going to abandon the save, and we're just going to take the stages out. We're just going to take the 7. Hopefully it is just 7. Inno should be fine to get out. We're going to pop that lithe, and we're going to confirm ourselves getting out of this match. And that's going to be 7 stages for Momo. Honestly, this could go either way. I'm very excited to see the other half of this, to see Dino on Killer. It's going to be a very close game, I think. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes to see the second half of this and see what both sides can do. Okay, welcome back everybody for the final, better be final match of this PTR versus Chad set. We're seeing Dino Melon on the Killer versus PTR Survivors. We need 8 stages for Fresh to take the win home for Team Chads. This is for all the marbles, all the money. Oh, wow. Wait, okay, that dash was incredible. I really did not think he was going to hit that, but Dino had all the confidence, and he hit it, and that was amazing. And we break out the door as Kenshi vaults in. We're going to have to drop this pallet, too. This could be a very fast down for Dino. We see somebody actually coming in. We saw Jaw running up the map there, but we're going to see the vault from Kenshi. We're going to be pulling up our power. You can't actually dash this tile. This is something that every Wesker player knows, that every survivor should know. You cannot dash around that tile at all because of the way that it curves. It's just, survivor plays it right, it's impossible to hit. And wow, really nice, really confident dashes from Dino. Gets a fast down onto Kenshi. Really, really, really well played. Wow. He baited Kenshi to step out a little bit and then had that very quick conversion. And we see the painter has hit that gen. We know that's all the progress. And we see 2 survivors. We know where 2 people are. This is most of the lobby. All we're missing is 1 person. We see another generator cranking. So we have 2 high progress gens. We're kind of baiting the hit, but we know Momo is coming in for this pull. We just don't want to let 2 gens pop for it, but we also don't want to let this gen go for free. I think Momo is close enough that if Jaw gave that free tag, he would be able to get the pull for free. So we're just going to stay close here. If anything, we want to try to flesh out Momo. We're going to see that generator in the distance pop. It's going to be 2 gens for the first hook. So not a bad pace for Petroleum, but not bad for Dino either. This is a good hook spot. I mean, we're probably going to have to see a double save come in. Looks like that's exactly what they're setting up. Momo almost sneaks that for free, but we're actually just going to take the trade. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or something interesting, but it's forced Hezi. We find out about it now. Kenshi is still very slow. Forced Hezi's finally gone, but we did have that BT for a long time to work with. And we're going to put our power down. We're not confident we're going to be able to get a hit here going this direction. And just not quite enough distance. Oh, we almost were able to send that, but Dino stubbed his toe. We almost got that conversion on to Kenshi. We might just pull up 1 single use of power to zone, and we're going to get that. It's going to be an edge map throw. It's going to be a down. Really well played from Dino. These are some great chases. And we saw the reset onto Momo, full reset. So we have a bit of pressure here. We're going to be hooked on an active generator as well. This is a high progress gen. I don't think we thought we were going to die here. This is actually probably the generator that Momo was working on at the start of the game. We did see him coming from this water tower area when he was rotating for the pull. So not the worst spot. We do have still probably a lot of progress from the survivors here. We have 2 hook stages, and gonna check on our gens here. We have about 20-30% on this generator. We're just gonna break this pallet and probably try to get a tag and then go back. But we also don't want to be giving a free for the people here. And we're going to get a nice tag. Dino very confident in these dashes. We're going to go back. No, we're actually going to commit for Momo. We are going to be playing for this stage's win con, I believe. And Momo, we saw him save that vault, so we're going to assume this is the live survivor. And we're going for this 4 lane here. Dino's just holding up his power. We see Jaw coming in as well. Might be going for a hit tank here. But we actually sneak Momo. Really great dashes. Dino is hitting all of these. He's playing phenomenal here. And Jaw's not going to be able to get that hit tank. And we actually are able to see where Kenshi is with that cleanse. But we don't want him. We are playing for more. We are playing for acid here. We are going to get these stages where we can. We're going to try to get a hit on Jaw around this main building. He does have this window, which is unfortunate for Dino. But we're going to keep playing for this. We're going to look. We have a suspicion that somebody else is here, but I'm not quite sure that there is. There is. Dino is right. We do have a lot of progress on 2 separate generators, so this is still a pretty bad spot for Dino. He's going to need more pressure than this if he wants to reach this 8-stage win condition. Really great chases from Dino, but still so much gen progress from Team Petroleum. I think we have to flush out acid. I don't think we can stand on here. They're gonna pop 2 generators for this. But then we'll have 2 Death Hook survivors at 1 gen left. So we could possibly have 2 deaths. So not the worst spot in the world. We know we're gonna have this generator on the right side. We're gonna have this generator. I changed my mind. I think Dino's playing this well because Momo is hooked in a 3 gen that he knows of, and we might be able to secure this second, but we might be having a last second double save coming in. So if Momo doesn't go second, this would be very tragic. Oh, we block it. We force the trade again. Kenshi's dead. Kenshi's Death Hook, isn't he? And we have forced heavy on everybody. I think we should pick Kenshi. Kenshi's dead. We can pick Kenshi. I hope nobody's there with a flashlight. And Kenshi's dead. We forced them to have to trade. That was very well played from Dino. We see 2 survivors down there. And, I mean, there's not a lot of progress. We could potentially commit this. There's no... Oh, there is Shack Pellet. Just getting confused. We hear Nancy on the right. This is going to be a more favorable chase. This is a pretty secured pallet to get a hit at, except when they have that firecracker. That was pretty much the only thing that could have stopped Dino from getting a confirmed hit there. We saw Feng running up the map just now. Don't know if Dino saw her, but we're going to keep chasing Acid here around Shack, but we catch out his movement. And we're going to have to go for a dash here. We assume Acid's going to fake it, but we just send the dash and we get Acid very, very clean from Dino. We hope that this is a Painter's hook as well. I imagine they're cranking that top generator. And they actually pop it before Dino is able to get that. Wow. This is really well played from both sides. This is a very, very close game. Dino's going to need, if he can find Jaw and camp him to death, this would be very good. Momo is just dead there, actually, but we saw Jaw. We saw him. We saw he was on your left screen. Dino, he was there. Somebody in VC told him. He was there. We want Jaw here. We're at 5 stages. We need more. And this is where we should suss out that this is Noed. But we're going to get this hit. And now we just need to get Acid. If we can get a 3K here, this will be the win for Dino. We get a nice dash, and it's not a damage. He Eurobended the wrong way, and Momo is going to live to see another day. Acid is going to live to see another day. That's Noed gone. I mean, this means nobody's on the gate. This is still okay for Dino, but this is getting scary. Oh, we baited. Oh, we baited Momo. We get the dash conversion. They're still not out. This is very good for Dino. We pick up Jaw. We need to get Jaw again. We need to hope that that gate's not ready. We need to get Jaw. We need to find Jaw here. This is very tense. Dino's gonna listen. Oh, we see Jaw. We see Jaw. He's here. If Jaw dies on hook, this would be the win. We see Acid on the gate. We just need to kill Jaw. We just need to not get flared. Very patient. Dino gets the dash. This is incredible. He can hook in basement. This is very, very close, everybody. Oh my, I am on the edge of my seat watching this. This is very good. Both these other survivors are death hook. Somebody could trade. Dino needs to not let them pull. He needs to not let them reset. He needs to make sure he knows where both survivors are. But they kind of snuck away. I'm so scared. I'm actually terrified. They're healing. He needs to go find it. He needs to find it. He needs to. He needs to. He's so scared. Oh, gosh. This is 7 stages. Dino just needs 1 more. He needs 1 more for win. This is 7. I'm so scared right now. This is very doable from either side. The gate is pretty close. They still have Shack Pallet. This could go either way. This could not be a closer endgame. I'm so terrified right now. They need to go for a perfect double save. They need time. Acid, honestly, he still needs to spray. They might not have enough time to get this before second. If Jaw goes second, then they win. I think if he just dashes Acid, he wins, but... Uh-oh. I mean, I think he just goes for Acid, he wins. I think. He doesn't double vault. We're not out yet. We're not out yet. We just need one of them. We see acid. There's no pallet here. We see acid. We get him.
Too bad you won't
We hear Jake.
further.
We see Momo. Momo's red. Momo can't get grabbed. Momo's grabbed. Okay. This is definitely a win for Dino, I think. That's 8. Someone's on the ground. Momo's dead. I think this is the win. I think Team Chad's won this. After a very, very long fought battle, he's gonna get 4K0. He's gonna get that hit. This is gonna be 4K0 for Dino. Wow, amazing. Oh my gosh. This game was just amazing. I can't believe the back and forth between these two teams here. This was just incredible result. Oh my gosh. Dino fought so hard for this. He had such perfect dashes. He played absolutely perfect to get this result. He fought very hard for this. We see Acid on the right, but he didn't quite see him. There we go. And wow, amazingly close game. Very well played from Chaz. They're going to be taking this 2-1 after nearly 3 hours of being here. We finally have a victor. And wow, couldn't have asked for a closer game. This was incredible. And finally, it will be time for us to go. Incredibly well played. Wow. We will be back next week for some matches on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Nothing during the week, as we just be having these games scheduled on the weekend. Very well played from both teams. Hopefully we have some more exciting matches next week for you guys. I'm sure we definitely will. If you want to stay tuned, you can check out the Discord using the command !Discord, and everything will be there. We also have a YouTube channel. You can do !YouTube. Everything will be there. We'll be uploading VODs, everything for you to watch. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for sticking it out for very exciting matchups. We'll see you guys next week.